What's up, guys, and welcome to Cloudy Thoughts. I'm your host, LoFi Monk. If you're listening to the podcast, you could join us live on Friday nights around 7 p.m. Central Time. And if you'd like to contribute, hit that like button, subscribe, and hit that tip jar. Keep them lights on. So also you can join the Discord and become a part of the community and join the conversation. With me as always is my co-host, PurpleHaze. What's up, Perp?
What up? What up? How are you, Lo-Fi?
I'm awesome. You know it. How was your week?
It was long and busy, but I'm glad it's a Friday. I have 2 days off. Actually, I got a little time off because I'll be a little bit out of the loop next week, but I'll be in the chats. So,
Awesome.
I'm doing really well.
Yeah, well, I caught a little bit of the shades of purple you got going on over there on your channel with Windstar. That was a good interview.
It's amazing. It's always great to talk to a fellow veteran. So Windstar's just doing amazing things. Super nice guy. So really happy to have him there.
Yeah, you guys, if you haven't caught Shades of Purple, go check PurpleHaze's channel out. The link is in the description. She does interviews with a lot of the community members, and it's a really cool vibe she's got going on there. Gameplay, stuff like that. Also with us tonight is for our panel is Mr. The Climax, aka Suave Polo. How you doing, Suave?
Hey, how you doing, brother?
Doing pretty good, friend. And without further ado, our special guest, Mr. HashTagMediaGuy. How's it going, bro?
Great, man. Thanks for having me on. I really appreciate it. Thanks for having me on, Purple.
Yeah, man. I've been I backstage. I was telling you, I've caught you on a couple podcasts. I've seen you on Twitter. Checking out your channel on YouTube. I really enjoyed the short reviews.
Yeah,
I really dig those.
Thank you. Yeah, I don't put too much into them or even do them too often. I'm still kind of getting acclimated to. Thank you, man. Yeah, I'm acclimated to YouTube. I'm much more home on Twitter.
Right.
But I'm making baby steps. Baby steps. This is my first banner.
Yeah, that's an awesome banner. I see the wrestler, the horse. Look, if I had to describe HashTagMediaGuy, I would say what I know about him is cloud gaming, wrestling, retro, and horror music or horror movies.
And music too. Yep.
In music.
There you go.
Speaking of horror, what is your favorite horror movie? Like, if you had to recommend just one.
The Exorcist.
The Exorcist. Okay.
Definitely.
Question number 2.
And not just horror, like my favorite film of all time, Exorcist.
Oh. Okay, that's respectable. Question number 2 is, how do you feel about Bruce Campbell?
Love him. I mean, icon. Yeah.
Right.
Also, the Bruce of Stadia fame, icon.
Right. I love Bruce Campbell's music. I tell him every time I listen to him, it makes me want to just rip telephone books in half and just eat beef jerky. I don't know.
Yes. Stadia icon, Bruce Campbell.
Yeah, he jams. So what brought you to cloud gaming?
Ooh. Basically the movies thing. I was big into the Chromecast as like a movie aggregation tool, which I still think it's like head and shoulders the best interface for like looking at like your library of movies and like your library of services and all that stuff. So to me, like I obviously own Fire Sticks, multiple Fire Sticks so I can play Luna, but I really prefer the Chromecast layout for movies and the way it aggregates everything. And so I started seeing things for Stadia, and like was just curious as to what it even was. And then like I think like other people have said, I think I don't remember who exactly said it, so I'm definitely not, I'm not reinventing the wheel by saying when people try Stadia, a lot of times they're like, that's it, they're in. I would imagine, as low as the 3% of cloud gaming is, I would love to see the buy-in numbers for people that try it, because, it seems like there's a lot of lifers once they try it.
Right. Yeah. It's they definitely hooked me. Like all I had to do was, I mean, I was interested before, but just trying it's really what hooked me. Like I tell everybody when I first got it, I just went back and forth launching games. Like how fast you could just pull a game up. But you mentioned Luna, so you've been playing Luna?
Oh yeah. So it has nothing to do with Luna launching in the US, because I mean, here in the US we've had access to join Luna, when it was beta for a while now. So it really had more to do with having what Squids calls the shiny object syndrome, where you're like looking for new stuff to fuss over.
Yeah.
And so I mean, if you ever start feeling like, Stadia just like, oh, there's not enough news coming out, or there's not enough game drops coming out, or there's just like, I'm excited about this, but like there's not this, and Squids calls it shiny object syndrome. So like, you're just always worried about what's there, even though you've got this giant backlog of awesome games on Stadia that you could be checking out. And that was his point. But for me, it kind of scratches that itch of having something new or different to check out. Because if I go through my list of Luna games, there's quite a bit of like non-overlap. There's quite a bit of different titles. Maybe they're not the titles like that would make you in particular out there watching want to sign up for a service. Maybe they are, but as an add-on to services that you're already kind of bought into, like Ubisoft or Stadia, to me it's just like especially getting grandfathered in at the earlier rate of $5.99. It's kind of like what MM2K and other people have said. It's a no-brainer for me to keep on with Luna.
Right, especially if you're already using Prime.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why wouldn't you just go ahead and sign up for it? I mean, it seems like
that
what you're saying is they kind of balance each other.
To me, Prime thing to me is a little interesting, because like I don't have Prime. Have it with my kids' account, so I can watch Prime with their account. But like, they're not actually, other than the fact they have that try it with Prime thing, like where you can play the 5 games. If you have Amazon, you can play those games. Like, there's no Prime discount, and like it's not tied into your pricing or like advantageous anyway to like have Luna and have Prime. So that's kind of a weird thing, or a missed opportunity.
Yeah, that's another thing like they do with the Amazon, that if you have Prime, you get one free sub for a Twitch like a creator that you like in Twitch. I think that's a cool idea too. They do a lot of game stuff for gamers.
Didn't know that.
So if you had to describe what cloud gaming is to somebody who's never heard of it, what would you tell them?
So basically, I mean, that would be a lot of people, and probably not a younger person, because I think younger people kind of already. I work with high schoolers, aged kids, at like every job I have, basically, I feel like. And yeah, and like high school kids get it. They know what it is. Maybe they haven't all bought onto it, or aren't necessarily using it, but they're very well aware of what mobile gaming and cloud gaming are. Most of them seem still tied into consoles and mobiles, but I think that the best way to describe it to like anybody else would be just most of the advantages that you have with console games and big, like that you would have playing a game like Red Dead Redemption, but none of the drawbacks of downloads and waiting for like games to load or waiting for queues or that type of thing. I would just say, and none of the price burden of having to worry about picking up the system. I still think that the target market for cloud gaming has got to be people that are just not even looking to buy a video game system, right? So I think that's the real reach, and I think that the way they're going to do that, as much as I love the Chromecast, with Google TV, is probably going to be with those TV sets. So it's probably going to be with the sets that I'm seeing at Walmart that I want. It's probably going to be through those direct TV, the LGs and the Samsung Gaming Hub, which sounds so much like what Google Chromecast with Google TV is doing with the aggregation. That sounds so much like it. The Gaming Hub, it sounds like the exact same thing where they're taking all your games and lumping them together. It's super cool.
Yeah, I heard on last week I talked about it a little bit, that on it was on 9 to 5 where I read it, about there's going to be a new part of the search feature on your Android is going to be when you search using the Google bar, that it'll actually like aggregate through your games and other cloud platforms and stuff like that. It's pretty interesting. I mean, it's a new market,
That's the thing with me, for why I use Luna also, is just the interface of what it actually looks like. And I know that sounds really petty and like, what's the word? Like cosmetic.
Yeah.
But I'm here to tell you, like, the interface, being able to like go to like a
life too,
Yeah, like being able to go to like a playlist of games that you've curated and like you've already kind of looked at and want to look at, and being able to hide games and have a playlist and having like the meta scores come up on your UI. Just like all this stuff about Luna is just like super attractive with the UI. I'm not gonna lie, but there's so many things about Stadia that make it head and shoulders still the number one choice, like the games themselves, the community tie-in, the fact that Luna is really not truly a multiplayer. It's just not a multi-environment, honestly. And hopefully that changes.
Right. No, I don't know what's gonna happen in the future. Like we touched on this a little backstage about how everybody in the cloud game in the industry has their own little structure, their own little business plan going on that's different from the other. So it's like they got this little niche, and they're really tied into that niche. So it's like you don't really see them head to head going at each other, but in like a few years there's going to be features that are like, well, why isn't this here? Why isn't it only on that like, people are really going to be breaking it apart. I mean, they already do, but I hear those arguments and I'm like, it's just too early. Still really early.
And rightfully so, because
Stadia is
there
how
isn't
old?
any clear winner.
Yeah. And Stadia is what like 2 years old or something? What is it? Is it 2 years old? Yeah. So like when
2.5.
Yeah, so when people bring up like Microsoft, it's like the platform's been around for 20 years. Like, yeah, they should have all this extra icing on the cake. But, it's a strange layout right now. Like
meanwhile, Microsoft.
Yeah, slowly creep up. No, they're gonna do well. I'm cool with that. I mean, like to me, it's like cloud gaming is the win for me, no matter what.
Mhm.
But yeah, Stadia is to me. I feel like it's the easy choice for me. Is over the other head and shoulders. Like especially when it comes to like button lag. Not that I don't have lag time to time, but it's usually my network. It's not Stadia. There's things like that still get in the way of cloud gaming. But yeah, man. I mean, what's your go-to game on when you're cloud
speaking
gaming?
of that about lag and connection and stuff, that it does affect stuff, but for me sometimes it's not even about like button lag. It's like if I'm having that's a good day. Like it would be like way worse than that, like just a game drop or like a complete freeze, that type of thing. But I have really crummy internet, like 45 and whatever. It's under 50 mbs, and I'm still waiting for fiber so that like I can truly feel Stadia, because I know it's better than what I'm getting. But as far as
I see
games I've been,
I see other people playing. It's so smooth. It's like
I know. Yeah, it's weird.
It feels like a console.
Yeah, it's weird, man. Some people have that magic, and sometimes it is, and sometimes it's a little bit more unstable. I feel like it's mostly my connection, because it's not great, and I'm also not Ethernet. I don't know about you, but
yeah,
are you running Ethernet connection?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. Yeah, right now, lately, the games I've been playing the most are World War Z, Streets of Rage I'm back to, Trivial Pursuit 2. Trying to think what else. And still Mad Streets and still Dawn of the Monsters.
Ah, nice. Dawn of the Monsters is great. Climax, you showed me some things on there that really upped my game.
Dude, I was playing that game today, so I love and still enjoy that game, man. My brother, he came in from out of town to visit me, and we was playing it this morning. He couldn't wait to play it because he saw it on one of my live streams, and then I heard you mention World War Z, so don't even get me excited about that one.
Mm-hmm.
I love that game, man.
Oh, it's the best. Yeah.
So, you got is there anything you'd like any of your socials you want to promote, or anything you got going on that you need to tell the people about, Mr. Hashtag?
Always my Twitter at #MediaGuy. Obviously that's where I'm like, dwell more time than not, is Twitter. And then my YouTube, which is pinned to my Twitter bio. I need subs I can get, because I'm trying to get going with that. The YouTube is obviously more of I'm doing the short reviews for Stadia. I've done some longer videos about Stadia too, where I just about important content creator people to be aware of, and important media, or I should say community resources and stuff like that. But those are like the only few long form videos I've done. So I guess that, and then I've got the contest going on right now, where I'm giving away a copy of 100 Days, thanks to
Nice.
Broken Arms Games and Impro Joe Gaming. So yeah, I'm giving away a copy of 100 Days. Just pinned post on my Twitter, and comment #100 Days and sub to my YouTube channel, and you can win that. I'm gonna give it away Sunday morning. So that's just about it, man.
So you hear it, guys. Go follow #MediaGuy on Twitter and jump into that contest. So let's go ahead and jump over into the news for the week. See, in Stadia, Orcs Must Die 3 DLC. You were talking about that last week, right, Perp?
Yeah, no, it was. I definitely came out last week. I think it landed on last Friday, actually. So, yep.
You got the chance to try it out yet?
Yes.
What'd you think?
I mean, if you're into Orcs Must Die, it definitely delivers. Has some new monsters. I don't want to call them orcs. They're like little lizard people. Some new weapons. So it's cool. You could change up your strategy, play some of your some of the old levels that may have gave you a hard time with some new weapons and traps. So it's pretty cool.
Awesome. So another thing that's big in Stadia right now that I hear a lot of talk about is World War Z. And I didn't get to do my first look at it, but I know Suave loves this game, and I was kind of waiting to hook up with him and get my head around what all's going on the screen. I've even avoided watching other people's gameplay. So
it's not hard to pick up.
No? Well,
no. Not if I'm saying it.
explain the game to me as a complete, like, I don't know anything about the game. Just tell me.
So they have basically put, if you've seen the movie with Brad Pitt, you know, the What Was He movie, Brad Pitt.
Oh, okay.
They basically have taken that movie and made a video game out of it and added some extra stuff to it. So
I did see in the trailer how like the zombies could climb up each other like a wall,
like a pyramid. Yeah, man.
That was
So
pretty cool.
They have special zombies on it, and what I would really describe this game to is if you're familiar with what is it called? What is that old game called? Dead Forward. What is it called, man? I can't think of that game, but it's similar. It's like the same kind of play style. No one helped me out. Somebody help me out. What is the name of that game? But anyway, it is this zombie outbreak is happening all over the world. So they have characters like you would see in the Walking Dead show that kind of have a small backstory of what's going on with them and this zombie outbreak.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Left 4 Dead. That's what I was trying to think.
Yes,
Left 4 Dead. So the playstyle is kind of like Left 4 Dead. So if you like Left 4 Dead, and they have like the special zombies.
Dead Rising was good too.
Yeah, but this game is like closer to Left 4 Dead and just an upgraded version of that. So you have like the special zombies, and then you have all the different cities that's going on, and you find out what they're battling with, how they're defending themselves, and you got backstories of all the characters and stuff. And it's fun. It's kind of like, realistically speaking, like what would people do in a panic if we have to rely on each other? You know what I'm saying? So you have all these different people from all different lifestyles that never even would have thought about fighting off a zombie apocalypse, and they're doing it. Like you have a school teacher on here that end up being a part of a military like raid to take down zombies and stuff like that. And she was a school teacher, you know what I'm saying? So it's like
it's just like everyday people.
Yeah, right. So it's real fun, man. I have a ton of fun with it. There's so much content on this game. If you like PvP, they got PvP. If you like campaign, they got campaign. If you got horror mode, they got horror mode. They have so many weapons on here. Like they have so many. They got more weapons than Texas. LoFi. They got more weapons than Texas. So
man,
I know you and I can relate to that. So they added.
And it's so easy to like manage your inventory and like manage all that stuff. It's like seamlessly easy to like do everything on that game.
It is. They didn't make it difficult for like the perks to choose perks and everything. They didn't. So it's not even a lot of perks that you need to like, oh man, what if I do this? What if I do that?
So what's
it's
this
not that complicated.
What's this talk about having a hard time to find people to play with and having to use bots? What's that?
So I think what people are referring to on that maybe on PvP, and I think on Stadia. It's me personally. I haven't played alone not one time since the game got on Stadia. Um, I started a Discord, and it's just been from there. Me personally, haven't played alone not one day. You know what I'm saying, on Stadia.
Oh, okay.
And sometimes we have a lot of times we have parties of like 10 people, the max of what you can have in the Stadia chat. So I don't know where that's coming from.
What is the max?
Huh?
What is the max?
10.
Oh God. Yeah,
Yeah,
fix
10.
that. Fix that.
Yeah, so I don't know where that's coming from.
I'm sure finding people to play with is a lot easier if you have a Discord of other players interested in playing the same game you are. I think I know somebody that has a World War Z Discord. I think you might know him, Suave. Do you know anything about that?
Who?
You.
Man, yes. Yeah, so I do have a Discord. I mentioned that just a while ago, LoFi.
Mm-hmm.
So
Did you throw your link out in the chat though?
Yeah, man, I could do that. I'm a very modest person. I really wasn't gonna do it, like, you know what I'm saying? But I do have a World War Z Discord out there. If you wanna play with people, you feel like it's very difficult to find people. It's not difficult in this Discord, and just don't come with the drama. That's the only rule. Don't come with the drama. If you want to game, oh yeah, and we try to keep it like above 18, 18 and up. Try to not play with kids or anything, but it's very fun, man. It's cool. I'm helping a lot of people build up and know the game so they can do the stream stuff, so they can unlock secret weapons and all this stuff. So, oh yeah, it's secret weapons on this game. So it's a lot of stuff on here, man, that people don't even know about. That's untapped stuff. You know what I'm saying?
I like playing it with the bots too. I don't mind the bots.
Yeah, the bots are
I've heard
nice.
the bots are good.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you want to take down special zombies, the bots are great at that. And then picking you up, they do have their dumb, dumb mode, I would say. But that's any kind of AI,
Sure.
Somebody dying?
Nah, that's my kids laughing. My brother is out of town visiting, and he likes to rile them up, tickling them and all this stuff. So that's what they're doing, wrestling. I do apologize for that.
Oh man, we got a holiday coming up, so it's like family time,
Yeah.
So
man.
appreciate you joining us, man. So do you think this crossplay thing? Do you think that's a porting issue, or was it just a money issue? Yeah.
No. So the Stadia version of this game, just like a lot of times when they release a update or add things onto Stadia, we always get we always have to wait for the latest update. So this version of World War Z haven't had the latest update of the game that they just put out. So with that update, the whole joining cross-platform and everything will be on there. So that's no problem. I think people misunderstood that and didn't realize it. So if you're not a World War Z fan or anything like that of the game, you wouldn't know that. You're just like, hey man, this game was promised that we had crossplay and everything.
Gotcha.
So you wouldn't even notice that the recent update haven't happened yet for that to be on the game.
Man, I just want to give a quick shout out to people in chat. We got Soon Alive. What's up, bro? Ray the Gaming Cyborg. Big shout out to you, bro. And Now Your Mama Knows is out there. Snipes 936. What's up, Mr. Urban World? Man, if y'all are watching, jump in the chat, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't. But yeah, man, what happened with the,
Thank you to everybody in the chat that mentioned me too, by the way. You guys are awesome. Thank you.
Dude, our chat.
I'm not in the chat. I'm not sure. I'm not on YouTube, so I'm not in the chat. But thank you guys.
What do you guys think about only getting 4 games with Pro this month?
I was just thinking about that today.
Yeah, because we missed out on bring us the moon.
I think it's a little bit helped by the fact that World War Z is so is such a, it feels like a big game. Whether it's being debated whether it's, you know, AAA or not, it feels like a big game to most people, I would say, and so I think it's all helped by the fact that World War Z is there. But yeah, it's a little bit disappointing, but I mean, you know, I think they got some great drops anyway. I mean, you know, Yeez and World War Z. Yeah, I think we're good.
Yeah, and Chicken Police, right?
Yeah, I've had a little bit. Yeah, I've had a little harder time getting into that. I can't even get out of the first room. But whatever.
I like it.
Yeah, it seems funny.
It's a weird addition.
Yeah, we were talking off air. We were talking off air about like stability and like being different for different games and stuff. And it's really funny, like every time I boot World War Z, it runs like flawlessly. But like again, and this is nothing on Chicken Police, but I'm sure it's my connection. But like when I run Chicken Police, you would think it's gonna run so much like better because it feels like less graphically demanding or something. But for some reason I always have problems when I run that game. It's just so subjective.
See, I noticed sometimes with Stadia, it's like, and I don't think this is just Stadia, any kind of cloud gaming, I would assume, is whenever you got little problems like pixelation and stuff, and it's not because of your connection, it might be like just something with the port during the porting process that happened with the game, you know. So, you know, it's so many things that can affect it, but like I really think it'll get a lot more stable over time as far as Stadia goes. But yeah, I was listening to one of the other podcasts earlier today, and they started bringing up isn't it what game, Cyberpunk, that it wasn't in 4K.
Wow, that music
or something like that.
The music you have right there in the background is awesome. There's like some weird little sample of Ozzy going, I've never heard. Yeah, I've heard of like every YouTube variation of the music, but I don't think I've heard this one. I like it. Sorry to interrupt your flow there.
No, I appreciate that, man. Thank you. But yeah, dude, me personally, I just don't. When a game isn't in 4K, it doesn't really bother me. Like,
I'm playing World War Z at 720.
Yes, things like that. It's but I mean, I can understand if you're one of the people that's got a 4K monitor. But I mean, not all games are 4K. Number one, and I just don't think the 4K people outnumber everybody else. I think there's like people with the.
Or maybe their connection isn't even that great for it to begin with. Like I'm playing it at 720 on a 4K.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Like willingly, yeah. I dial it back on purpose till my experience is better, which I appreciate. You know, I appreciate the fact that Stadia allows me to dial it back. I don't think people talk about that too much, but it's really cool.
Yeah, if I notice I'm having like connection issues, I'll either stop and start the game and let them figure it out and connect me to a closer server or something like that, because that'll happen too. If that doesn't work, I'll just go into my Stadia settings and I'll set it to 720 mobile optimize. You know, even though I'm playing on my regular screen, sometimes that helps, because I'd rather have a good experience without button lag. I don't care if I get a little pixelation, you know, it's
100%.
That'll really piss me off.
Totally.
But yeah, let's see what else is going on. What do you guys think about that out in chat? We only got 4 games. See, Maker of Chaos out there. I think the big worry is that they drop the quality for one title. If this becomes more of a common thing, I don't think it's a good precedent to lower resolutions of games without saying anything. Yeah, but I mean that also comes down to maybe the dev did that. You know what I mean? Like with Cyberpunk, I think maybe the dev did that just for the game to run smoother. So that's why I think the promise of Stadia is up to 4K. They don't really promise 4K for a variety of reasons, but I don't know. But that's just me hoping for the best, you know.
I think they're worried about providing the most stable experience, you know.
Yeah.
And I know, Suna, who's out in chat, he was mentioning earlier this week that a lot of platforms have had problems with Cyberpunk. So there is a real possibility that the CD Projekt Red may have lowered the standard to have a more even playing experience across all platforms instead of trying to optimize for 4K. So, and if you just look up Cyberpunk, like every platform right now, since the latest update has had some issues. There's complaints on everything. So there's also that to throw in there.
What happened to Deliver Us the Moon, says the gaming cyborg. For real, what did happen to that? Because I think it got delayed just across the board. That's not even just a Stadia thing. Excuse me. Whoa. Started fading out there for a second. My battery ran out. Popped a new one.
Yeah, I'm sure that sucks for those guys too, because they were doing such a great job at like the advanced promotion for it. It seemed like they were really on a roll with the advanced promo on that, and then I don't know.
Mr. Overworld, the aliens on the dark side of the moon told them to postpone it.
Has anybody heard anything about the Avatar movie? I mean, the Avatar game coming out?
No, everybody keeps asking that, and I have no. I don't have a little bit of information on it.
Well, we know Ubisoft is going to have their because it is being done by Ubisoft, right? Or did I just make that up?
Have no idea.
Somebody in chat can, if I didn't make it up, Ubisoft is about to do, where they're going to showcase several of their games later on this summer.
Ray says yes.
Yes. Okay. So I'm really looking forward to that. And hopefully it'll launch this year and not be delayed.
Yeah. I don't know. It's that's just.
Well, I think Ray was saying yes to my other question to him.
Oh.
I was asking. So Ray, I'm not sure, but let's see. Avatar video game. And Maker saying that Avatar might get delayed. Well, and that's not uncommon, right? Right now, it seems like everything's getting delayed. So.
Yeah, that's normal now at this point.
What was the update delayed?
There you go.
They need to delay Monday. I don't want the weekend to end. Oh man. So yeah, Xbox. This is kind of big news for cloud gaming here. Xbox launched beta in Brazil. Their xCloud gaming. So they already had it, but it wasn't available on console. So now it's available on console, so it adds even like more people in, and with this part of the beta, they can try games before they buy or download them. They can join games that they've been invited to before downloading them. And Game Pass Ultimate users can play games that are not available on Xbox One. That's kind of cool. And let's see. Xbox Cloud Gaming Beta has now brought cloud gaming to over 1 billion devices worldwide. That's pretty big. That's pretty awesome for cloud gaming. I'm sure Microsoft is feeling pretty good about it. But yeah, I don't know if I'm not sure how their marketplace works versus how it is on Stadia. like where you can just like purchase through while you're searching games?
Mr. Ray knows.
Mr. Ray.
Mr. Ray knows
Game
all.
Cyborg E3 is canceled.
Yeah, chat is running away. There's like 3 different conversations. Loving it. There's E3.
That's great.
There's Ray, who's still bitter about Deliver Us the Moon. There's conversations about 4K, not 4K. Mr. Urban World is talking about going to an island for the zombie apocalypse. I love this.
That is godlike. I love when the chat just like blows up on its own and does it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm loving it.
I'm kind of wondering why Stadia didn't give us another game.
So you're the 4 games. No, I think we'll see what they say, right? This week coming up, it's going to be this week on Stadia. So let's see how they address, if they're going to give us any updates on Deliver Us the Moon, if we're going to get any updates on next month, because I know they were on that schedule of every other week there for a couple of months, but it seems like whenever they have news, they deliver it, kind of like during the week leading up to the Game Developer Conference. We got like 4 or 5 blog posts. So let's see what they have. But traditionally, April is a slow month for games, like across the board, and I'll be curious what is coming up. But honestly, the thing I'm most excited about, and I think we're going to get to it in a second here, LoFi, or as MM2K calls you, LoFi.
I heard that. I heard that one time.
I think that's so funny. I'm like, he keeps doing it. It's like
he says it's okay, Lofi Monk.
I love it. But where was I going to? And that's the free to, not the free, but the demos and the publishers that are really doubling down on that. Even though I do have a major complaint that the Stadia community has not picked up on with the demos. And I'll get to that in a second, see if anyone can figure it out. But it is pretty big.
Have any of you guys or anybody in the chat tried out Golf with Friends? I know people in the chat must have, but have you guys tried out Golf with Friends, LoFi or Purple?
No, but I saw 4 stars.
I have not.
Okay.
So, yeah,
all right, man.
It sounds like a lot of fun. Is it like just like a party game type thing?
It seems like a super adaptable mini golf, like a mini golf with all the fixins, maybe.
Nice.
Yeah, I haven't bought it, but I'm thinking about
maybe they'll throw that into pro, man.
I'm thinking it's gonna be a pro title. That's why maybe I haven't pounced on it yet, but
yeah. What's up to everybody watching? Hit that like button, jump into chat. Let's get we're about to turn to chat. We got one more bit of news here. GeForce Now. Oh no, wait. Amazon Luna. Amazon is now offering its Luna Cloud gaming controller for $49.99 ship. It's normally $70. It's only the second time this year that it's been marked down. So yeah, I mean, it's a really nice controller. I love the colors of it, of course. But like I just
go ahead.
I just haven't fully jumped into it yet. You know what I mean? Like, I need to go ahead and just jump in because I've been thinking about streaming a little on Twitch. Oh, nice. And it's purple, right? It's purple and black.
yes.
That's dope. So is it got, you were talking about backstage, you were saying it actually has better latency.
Whoa, I did not say that.
Well, maybe I'm overstating, but
no, I'm kidding.
It's
the for me, I don't know why. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what the differences are in the technology. As tech savvy as many people as like Jack Deslip or a lot of other people, I know exactly what Luna's cloud tech is per se, like how different it is compared to Stadia. It's hardly ever an issue where there's any choppiness or any problems. Since I got it figured out and switched it over to 5 hertz Wi-Fi, when I first got it hooked up, it was giving me some issue on 2.4, but then I did something with my Wi-Fi box, and I've got Stadia's on 5 and Luna's on 5, and they're both running fine. I think I'm not sure if like maybe titles are more universal on Luna. I know that they're more universally 60 hertz, I heard, but I don't know. I just don't know exactly. I think everything's subjective, and it's all your mileage may vary for cloud gaming. I think that's the way it's gonna be for a while.
Yeah.
It's a cool controller in the sense that like the one thing that's really cool about it, which Suna has gone into like in major detail. Suna's videos are fantastic. If you're interested in like real comparison about Stadia and Luna, Suna's stuff is like the Bible to me, and like so. He kind of like talks, he talks about how seamless it is to like jump from screen to screen to screen with the controller. It's just like you turn it on, and then like you could be playing on your phone, and then instantly you just push one button on your tablet or on the Fire Stick, and you're suddenly switched onto that. There's no like codes or anything, so it's just really it's pretty cool.
I like the part where you can direct stream, but you can switch games in the middle of stream. You don't have to stop streaming just to switch games. I think that's a cool feature that they have. I
like that this controller right here works with the Luna clip.
Oh, nice.
So so if I wanna play on my mobile and just be sitting there with my mobile, I mean, granted you could do it with a backbone or a Razer too, but it's really cool that this little clip from Amazon works with the Stadia controller too. It's not quite as perfect, but it still works, obviously. So yeah, I've just been doing a little bit of that lately. I haven't even played on anything but my big screen. But lately, because I started playing Baldur's Gate on Stadia on my Chromebook, because I just felt like it was easier on my Chromebook.
Yeah.
Have you played Baldur's Gate?
No, I want to. I mean, I know it's still early. Isn't it still an early access game?
Yeah, it is in early access, actually. I love that game, and I think it's got like this big potential to be like a transformative, huge title for Stadia. Right now, it's just available on Stadia and PC.
Well, I watched SPG play some, and it's a dope game. It's worth getting into.
For sure, and for some reason, I just got started playing it on my Chromebook because like it's easy to do the keyboard controls and play that kind of game for some reason on. It's just got that Dungeons and Dragons kind of like turn-based type thing.
Yeah. But yeah, Ray says Ubisoft's got some bangers coming. Yeah, they do. A lot of them.
I never thought about playing that game until I started watching Stadia Pro play it. Cause I'm like, man, that could be a good. Cause I'm all into like the co-op games, and it looks like a good co-op game. It's from like over the head view, but it reminds me of what's that? Ultimate Alliance? How Ultimate Alliance used to be? I think that's what it's called. The PlayStation 2 version, I guess. So I can get into that. I just have so many games on Stadia that I just I love playing. Like I was looking at my library now, I was like, wow. I just started playing Mortal Kombat 11 today. I was like, wow. I had all these games, man, and
Well, Elder Scrolls is on sale too.
See, that's too much.
$5.99.
Like everything is like hitting me.
It's like Jeffy the Snowman. Jeffy the Snowman says, too many games, man. We got too many games. Stop putting out games.
He's the Grinch.
Shout out to Jeff. Shout out to Jeff.
Yeah, shout out to Jeff. Oh man. So of course GeForce now has a bunch of new games this week, as usual. Let's see, they've got NO 1404, Blast Brigade versus the Evil Legion of Dr. Creed, I guess that is. Fail Seal, Arbiter's Mark, Need for Speed Heat, Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2, and I heard xCloud had just got this too. Ranch Simulator, Sherlock Holmes, The Devil's Daughter, and Wobble Dogs. I don't really know any of those games.
I've heard good things about Ranch Simulator. Ranch Simulator sounds interesting.
Yeah, I did see a little bit on Sunny Cloud Gaming. I think was talking about it a little bit. I haven't got a chance to like look into it much other than that, but it does look like a pretty cool game. I guess it's kind of like almost like a survivor game. I don't know. So Maker of Chaos says, unfortunately, I'm not too excited for X Defiant after playing the beta. Oh man, tell me more.
Okay.
I don't think you can tell me more.
That's like me. I feel bummed out now that I heard Ninja IX say that that Death Carnival has a steep learning curve. Oh no!
Right.
If he's saying that, then...
you know, it's still he's playing the early, so
true.
Things might change. We're gonna balance it.
I mean, but to be fair, right? We're talking about I think Death Carnival. It's a top-down game, right? So unless you're really about those top-down type of games, it may not be your type of game. And
good point.
From what Ninja Guy X was talking about, if it is your game, you're gonna probably take off on it. And I think he even said shout out to Cowboy in the chat, and your mama knows has also said it's gonna be a pretty fun game, but maybe not for everyone. And I could imagine X Defiant, just Maker. He speed runs Elden Ring, right? So I could understand where those are probably not.
Sorry, I saw Mr. Urban World comment. Mr. Urban World said the Power Rangers is the best game on Stadia. Hey man, I like Kimono Hero.
He's the number one player on the
or whatever.
Yeah, he is literally the better.
He's the Mr. Miyagi of Power Rangers.
Micah,
that even makes sense.
Mr. Urban World haven't even tapped into World War Z for him to make that comment. Like, come on now.
I don't know. Cowboy says he's the best at Power Rangers. Cowboy is the king of Power Rangers, he said.
No, he did. He took on, who was it, Mr. Urban World? It was Main Games and someone else. And
it was Windstar.
Was it Windstar back to and he just kept whooping them up like back to back to back to back to back. Like I never felt bad for a gamer so bad. Like, you know, like he beat them that bad. Like, shout out to you, Mr. Urban World, for Power Rangers. I think Mr. Urban World could take Power Rangers and defeat everybody in Mortal Kombat. That's how good he is at Power Rangers.
Ooh.
I'm serious. Yeah.
MK, what is he? Wait, I defeated him. Now your mama knows, and MK11 with my RoboCop. Last time we played, I took out his Spawn, Scorpion, etc. with the slow character. Man.
Mr. Urban World's throwing down the gauntlet
Well, we're gonna have to get together in some MK11, Mr. Urban World. I just got it.
I was gonna say, I didn't know you had that, bro. Tournament mode today.
Yeah, we're gonna need to. We're gonna need to before the weekend's over, bro.
But one thing I did want to see really quick, and I'll let you get to LoFi. You can go, and then I'll get to what I was gonna say.
Oh, I was just saying Cowboy says I put Power Rangers on the map. Go ahead, Bert.
Yeah, no, and Ray, we know Ray, he definitely has that 380 tier that they threw out there. Congratulations, Ray. Let us know how it is, because I know you're gaming on it quite a bit. But one thing I wanted to see with chat, because it could just be me, but you know, I love to try everything Stadia, and I don't think that's a Stadia issue, but I would love to see if maybe we can get some action on the developers part as well. But there's been a lot made of the demo plays. And one game I was super looking forward to play the demo on, Little Nightmares. And so I just want to see if anybody can play that demo on Stadia. Because right now I keep getting brought back to the loading page. And so I let Stadia know that I think it is on the developer just because of how they set up the immersive stream. But it is something on their store. And it was just like, and as much as I love Stadia, y'all know I'll go to the map for Stadia. I definitely think as a community and as some of the most influential people in the community, looking at you, Ray, looking at you, and your mama knows, even Suave, as well as all other people, Maker. Sometimes we have to, like, our product has to be solid, right? There's too many people who, there's too much negativity out there. And so I think that's when you bring something to market, especially with a big rollout like that. And Little Nightmares is, I think, one of the premier games on that program. So that was like my.
I'm trying it right now. I'm literally trying it right now to see if it works.
What's up, Squid?
Because it is working for me.
Like, you can do the 30 minutes.
Yeah, it's starting right now. I don't know. That's weird.
No, then they may have fixed it. Shout out to them. I know I tried it maybe a few hours ago, but if you can do your 30 minutes on it, I'm super excited for that.
Yeah,
and it could have been me, but
it is. It's
definitely the first.
Are you saying that if you play the game 30 minutes, it'll shut down or something?
No, it was like as soon as you clicked like the 30 minutes, because every single time they do one of their
wasn't like initiating.
Demos, yeah, exactly. It was like rolling and then bringing me straight to the staging page. Hey, if I'm lying and I made it up, I'm lying. I made it up. Kudos to the Stadia team for delivering a great product. At least I'll say when if I was wrong. Unlike someone who continues to try to hold tournaments on their channel so they can win yet continues to lose. I'm not going to say any names out there. Not going to throw any names out there. But,
I'm glad I was able to boot it up immediately and get it to load. Awesome, yeah.
No, exactly. I'm super excited now because guess what I'm going to do? But thank you, #MediaGuy. But it was yesterday, at least for me, it wasn't working.
I think that you load in the game, you broke it.
I broke it?
Yeah, I think you load into the game, then you broke it.
I loaded into it and then I broke it.
Yep. I think you broke the game. That's why it didn't work.
It's possible. I break a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
So, a lot of times it's hearts, but sometimes it is games.
I
I
was like, what? Like, you got me at the end. I'm like, oh, okay. I get it now.
Break that cowboy at the Mad Streets game. Take him down to the Mad Streets and break him.
Yeah.
What's that?
I am going to take Cowboy out in Mad Streets. He held a tournament when I was, he knew I couldn't be in the tournament and he held it. So I'm going to call him out for that. And then he's going to call and say I couldn't join the tournament. So I'm like, no, I wanted to be there. I know I can defeat Cowboy in the tournament. And I'm saying it now that I can take him out. So, but he's gonna probably hold the tournament during Shades of Purple next, and be like, where are you, Purple? So, we'll let Cowboy play.
He'll schedule it right then.
Man, so everybody out there watching right now, be sure to smash that like button, jump into chat. Tell us what's your favorite game in chat. What's your if you had a game you needed to recommend to a non-cloud gamer, what game would you recommend?
And why is it World War Z?
Just throw it out there in chat.
You know why it's World War Z. You already know the answer to that question.
You like slashing them zombies, you like stepping on zombies, you like, yeah.
Dude, I play World War Z in my sleep. Like, I literally dream about World War Z and then wake up.
Do you like slashing them too? Do you like using the machete? I like using the machete.
I like using all the weapons.
Yeah.
Mr. Urban World says
I'm like John
Hotline
Wick.
Miami to a retro non-cloud gamer.
I'm like John Wick when it comes to World War Z. I use all the weapons, all of them.
I love Hotline Miami. That's a fun game. I mean, it's hardly hard, but it's fun.
Yeah, I watched Squids playing it. It was like a Contra level hard.
It's so fun though. You just keep hitting replay and replaying and dying, and it's Celeste. It's like Celeste, except Celeste has no murder.
I got you.
So what was the question again, LoFi?
If you had to recommend one game on cloud to a non-cloud gamer, what game would it be? As soon as it says, I would say Destiny 2, but it's hard to get into if you're new to the series. Yeah, that's very true, and I think that's a good game to recommend, especially if they already play it on a platform, on a PC or something like that. That's a good game to show them. You can look back at my video with Lel, a PC player playing Stadia for the first time. D2. Pretty good video.
I think the Division would be a good one.
Which one?
The Division.
Oh, okay. I haven't got to check it out too. See, Squid says the Division too.
Yeah, I think just because it has a pretty solid following. It's not one of those games like Rainbow Six. I wouldn't show them that because too many of those players are like 120 FPS and so forth. But I think the Division would be a solid one with a solid crowd. I also agree with Suna there that Destiny. It would have to be the games that have those solid followings are the ones that I would show them.
What do you think, Suave?
Yeah, I think definitely Destiny 2. I would even say PUBG, to be honest, because PUBG has been in the game for a long time, and to see that game on this platform compared to other platforms, I think that person will be impressed with that. And like I said, Destiny 2 definitely a good starter game for people that's joining Stadia, because they have a large population and a good reputation, always bringing good content. So like, even if they didn't like jump in on the newest season, if they did jump in, I think that if you guide them, they can still play Strikes, they can still play, other things like Gambit, and really enjoy the game, especially if they're even already familiar with Destiny 2, you know what I'm saying, or PUBG.
Plus, it's got that little robot that like helps you along the way anyway at the beginning of it. I found that super comforting. I found that little robot oddly comforting.
Yeah, you don't feel completely alone right off the start.
Right.
But yeah, Suave, man, I appreciate you coming to the show and joining us.
No problem, man. Anytime, brother. I enjoyed the company, and we got to get on some of that What Was It, man, so we can
for sure.
Have some fun. Just hang out. We gotta hang out, man. I miss those
I know.
Talks,
Yeah, I got to get my schedule together, man.
For sure, man. Well, look, Purple, I'll be looking forward to you playing What Was It with me. As promised.
You forget when I play with you. Like,
I won't forget if you keep playing with me.
I do like multi-hour games with you, and then the next day you're like, "When are you gonna play?" And I'm like, "I just played," and you're like, "I don't remember."
If you keep playing with me, I'll never forget. You'll keep reminding me, so I'll never forget.
I played with you like 2 or 3 times.
Let's try it again. Whenever time permits. Let's try it again.
You're awesome. Also, David Wilson. Always love to play. Actually, there's so many people in chat I like to play with. And your mama knows as well. I played with him a couple of times, and could chill if he's out there, as well as you, Suave. So.
Hey, this comment right here. This guy said the missions take 15 minutes. Yeah, he's not playing it on his stream. See, he don't play it like I play it. Missions don't take 15 minutes, brother. When you playing it on the stream. I play it on the highest difficulty.
And it takes like 1 minute? It takes like 1 minute.
Nah, it don't take. You have to work. You have to work at it.
They overrun us in 1 minute. Is that how it goes on extreme?
Man, well, if I'm by myself, it goes pretty fast. But I like playing with people. So on that, it just takes teamwork. Getting everybody on the same team. You know. It's not super lengthy, but you know, it's good enough time. You know.
Question, Suave. I know you gotta go. But would you ever like maybe do a community session where we do like King of the Hill or something, like bring people in, like a bunch of us, just because I know you have that Discord and I know you really are playing the game quite a bit. Is that something you're open to? Or
I've already been doing that.
I've
already been doing it. Yeah. So if you've been like in the Discord and you want to be a part of those things, check out the Discord. All that stuff been going on already. I just haven't been live streaming it, but it's been in there though. We've been doing it.
Oh wow, there's so many people here. I see Geek the Sneak.
What up, Geek the Sneak?
There's a bunch of people. I guess where Caesar is at right now.
David Wilson. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, look, I'm gonna get up with you guys, man. I love y'all, man, and take care. Okay. All of y'all are good people, man.
Thanks, Suave, for joining us, and we'll game for sure.
All right,
Peace, bro.
Bye, Suave.
See you later, man.
But yeah, man, I see Geek out there. I see Suna, of course, Mr. Urban World. Cowboy says he's going to the club to get his dance on.
Oh my gosh.
I can see him doing
Date night.
doing roundhouse kicks on the dance floor. Oh man.
Oh my gosh.
Man, I appreciate you, Swab, for stopping by and hang out with us. Oh man. So,
Man, this chat. How many people are in the chat? It's
looks like I don't know. We still got squids out here.
y'all are funny.
But yeah, I think
It's like a who's who.
Destiny 2 is definitely a good game to show up, like especially if they've already been playing it like on another system. Because like even Lil said it. He's like he was surprised how smooth it was. Said he could tell the difference. It had a little bit of a different feel to it, but it's interesting.
Cowboy wants to come on the show.
Oh, okay. I got you, Cowboy. Here, take over for a sec there, and I'll get him a link.
Oh boy.
I know it's about to get wild. It's about to do some kicks.
I have
Some post.
I have not been in the since the last wrestling podcast we did together.
I saw. Was that the one where
Let's
you
go,
had
Cowboy.
like the figurine right in front of the
Yeah,
camera
I
for
think
like
so,
the
yeah.
whole time? I was watching that. I have no idea what y'all talk about on that wrestling podcast.
It's ridiculous.
Um,
Oh,
Good fun.
word.
on my channel, Geek the Sneak could be known as Geek the Snake, but you would have to
Okay, I
earn
sent it to you on Discord.
that. No, not Cowboy.
Yeah, man. Oh no, not Cowboy.
I know, Maker. Making chaos again.
Well, he usually has something we missed when he stops in like that, you know.
I know Cowboy has something to say. If he's calling to get on the show. So we're waiting with what is it? Bated breath.
Yeah, I really hope we get an extra game though. I'm not gonna lie. I hope we get an extra game from Stadia. Up just like let's shake the Stadia tree and see what comes out.
Am I allowed to turn the tables and ask you guys a question?
Yeah.
Okay. So, because like that's when I was a journalist, that was like my main thing is I did interviews. In fact, if anybody wants to look at that, you can go back and look at my webpage. I don't own it anymore, but legendaryrockinterviews.com/interviews, and you can see all the interviews. So I want to turn the tables and ask you guys a couple questions.
Okay.
Is just basically like two questions. So like, was Stadium Connect North any type of like influence on you guys with this show or with Purple's show? Because the same things that I love about Stadium Connect North are all the same things I love about your show. I'm not saying it's a carbon copy, but was it any kind of influence on you guys?
Strangely enough, I've only seen like 2 episodes of that. I've caught lots of John Scar, but I think I've only seen maybe 2 episodes of Stadia Connect North. This show is actually an accident. It just started. I mean, it was planned, but like when it got kicked off, it was just because, like I said, everybody was waiting for Squid's morning show and nobody knew where he was. So I just started going.
Awesome. Yeah, I was just kind of wondering because like the fact that you guys have like community interviews and like Purple Show and like bringing people on and giving them, it's got that same thing, and cowboy stuff too. I think that those are like the best shows, the ones that like incorporate other content creators and just other voices into the show. It ends up being so magical.
Yeah.
What I would say about the show. So I do watch. I was watching the show earlier today. Didn't mean to cut you off there, Cowboy. But what I would say is the thing that I hope people get from my show when I do it is like trying to get to a more human side of gamers. You'll notice I never really talk about technical stuff on my show. I really try to focus on like who the person is, whoever is underneath. I think a lot of shows, like I think the gaming industry as a whole, focuses way too much on things other than the game, other than playing. And that's why if you notice on my show, I always ask about who people are as a game, or if I bring a developer, which fingers crossed will be pretty soon, what is their inspirations in the game and what do they want us to get out of the game? I hope people see that as a differentiator between my show and what's out there currently.
Right on.
Hashtag, let me ask you this. I just want to understand the question. I thought the question was this show, meaning Cloudy Thoughts, but you brought in PurpleHaze show, which is different. You mentioned me because I watch a lot of Stadium Connect North, and I don't see the contrast between that and this. I feel like their show is, they have a certain format. They go here and there, and I feel like this show is more raw, and this show is more, I'm not saying this show isn't lively, but this show is more lively, and their show is more like a certain structure,
No, that's true. Yeah, it is. It is. They have like segments and spots, and I do appreciate that. But I guess the one thing that I was saying is like the crossover of like the open door policy of having and putting kind of like what Purple was just talking about, putting like personalities in the community out there, and not necessarily on a technical level, but just on a personal level, putting people's personalities out there.
It's a good show. I admire shows. I watch. It's crazy because I do so much content, but I watch more content than I do. I said that to somebody earlier. They was like, "What?" I was like, "Yeah." Like I said, I start my days off listening to Squid, and when Squid ends, I'm just scrolling through YouTube trying to find somebody to watch. It helps me out at work. But you guys are talented, man. I told Monk this before, dude. It's something special about you, and just keep it going, man. Look at all the people joining in. Purple, you already know, like you just came out of nowhere and just captivated everybody, and I just love what everybody's doing. Windstar and Maine, Suave. This is cool, man, what we're doing. And every year that goes by, if you consistent, everybody goes up on that level and takes another step up, right? And it's like that. And so it's like we don't know, because think about it, PlayStation and Xbox, right? I'll say this. I was streaming on Twitch for 2 years, and I was doing PlayStation and Xbox stuff. It never kicked off. Why? Because PlayStation been out forever, right? But when Stadia came out, my Stadia content was jumping over it to the point I just stopped doing my PlayStation stuff, right? So in 5 years from now, when Stadia get even bigger, if we stay consistent with this, who knows where we will be? We will be the cloud gaming extreme, and we will be the Sunnies and stuff like that. So Stadia has given us an opportunity to use YouTube and actually have a platform to change our lives in certain ways. So I just encourage everybody. All you guys got this crazy talent. Like, I feel like when me, Ray, and people started off, we was just like, we wasn't polished. We wasn't like Purple first show was amazing. Cloudy V's first show was amazing. Monk, you just sound like you've been doing this your whole life. And you guys are so polished. We wasn't that polished. So I feel like just be consistent, stick with it. And I think we will be rewarded. I'm seeing rewards. I will be honest, so.
Yeah, man. I mean, really, mostly it does come from paying attention to what the people that I look up to, what they were doing, and then trying to combine it into my own personality and how I felt comfortable doing what I do. It's just my own little corner I've niched out here. But yeah, I appreciate you guys, especially.
It's a very polished.
For coming on the show.
It's a very polished community.
Yeah.
Oh, trust me. A year ago,
so awesome.
A year ago, it was so much drama, and this week, MM2K. I mean, you all know, but on Tuesday, 5:30 p.m. Eastern, I'm gonna bring back a show I used to do called Keeping It Real with the Cowboys. So let's talk, and I'm gonna have MM2K on there. He personally asked me. He said, "Dude, I want to come on." I'm thinking like, I don't even do the show no more. But he's like, "Ask me anything." And back in the day, a year ago, that's what I would do. I would ask the tough questions. And it's going to be crazy, but he want to bring it all up. And so you guys are going to be like, what? This used to happen? And it's like, yeah, this did happen. So like hashtag said, the community is so polished now. The little teeny drama you hear now, Maker might jump in and say Stadia, blah, blah, blah. And we're like, whatever. But back in a year ago, oh man, it was cutthroat. People wanted to kill each other. It was really crazy. So I love
I'm not
what
polished,
you guys brought to the table. Well, you did have to change your name, so.
No, I'm not polished at any of the streaming or any of that. I haven't figured out anything. I was talking to LoFi before the show, trying to figure out my YouTube. I still can't figure it out. Yeah.
So, what do you think about this 4 games for pro situation?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I don't think it's a problem at all because World War Z people wanted it for so long. World War Z more than enough makes up for it. And the reason being, it's similar to a Destiny type game, right? It has PvP, it has PvE, it has a horde mode. So it's giving you a lot. You literally have different sectors, right? People playing one style, people playing the other style. It's giving content creators more content to make. It's popular. Everybody's talking about it. Even if you had Deliver Us the Moon, I'm pretty sure World War Z would still be taking a lot of time up, right? So if it wasn't for World War Z, I would be like, dang, that kind of sucks. They dropped the game out, but World War Z is making up for it,
I guess I just need to do that first play on it, that first look. I haven't done it yet.
I'll be waiting to see that, man.
Cult of Stadia, there we are.
I love that.
The Stadia, baby.
Oh man, Cult of Cloud. That's what Jeff said.
Yeah, man.
Jeff said, "Wait till he changes it to Cult of Cloud."
Yeah, trying to get Jeff on the show. I need to get the Gaming Cyborg on the show for sure, man.
Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah.
Yeah. I love his stuff. Dude. Like he's got such a good personality. He's fun to watch.
The heart and soul of the community, man.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, there's so much there's so many talented content creators. The scene's blowing up right now, really. I would say it's really heated.
Yeah.
A lot of movement going on. I've noticed a lot of people stepping their games up this past week. Because I haven't been able to stream as much, but I can't sit for hours at a time and watch videos like I could before. Like I could sit for watch a whole 2-hour podcast. Now I just kind of have to catch bits and pieces as I can. But man, I've just noticed so much stuff, so much good stuff coming out. So he's been putting out a lot of videos talking about, he did a video the other day with some speculations of games that are coming. That was fun. It's always fun to hear those.
Is that soon off? You said?
No, Sunny Cloud Gaming.
Oh, Sunny. Yeah. I saw that one. That was good.
But yeah, he's a good influencer.
Yeah, for sure.
Squid says, almost done cooking. Great show, y'all.
I wonder what Squids is making.
I don't know. 8 tentacles in a kitchen.
Let me ask, can I ask Purple a question?
Yeah.
Purple, now that you played a little bit of World War Z, what do you fluctuate to? PvP or PvE?
Oh, that's a hard question. I think it depends on the energy. Like, that was super fun when we were playing it.
That was a ball.
That was super fun.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think with the right team, the right energy, just going in and playing the levels is also really fun. I just think it's the energy. What is the energy, right?
Okay.
But it's hats off to that team because to capture that in one game, is pretty cool. I think that's a really cool thing that they were able to do.
Yeah. Not many games can offer you a PvP and then complement it with a PvE that make you feel like I could totally play this and I could totally play this and separate, right? Like I was a PvP guy in Destiny, but I also love PvE as well. But Destiny, it was like, wow, this is cool. I feel like this could have been my own little Call of Duty, but at the same time, I'm doing strikes and all this stuff and raids. And I feel like World War Z hit that mark to give you two things in one.
For sure.
#MediaGuy. Do you know anything about Starlink?
Nope.
You never heard of Starlink?
I know that it's like the Elon Musk service that's and it's not available. Yeah, I know it's not available here in the area because I looked into it when Metal Wolf told me to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not available in my area.
I think it's available in my area.
Oh man, I just
a huge waiting list.
That is so weird. I'm reading the private. Nothing. I'm reading private chat from Purple.
Oh.
We'll try it. We'll try. It might be if you got it to work. #MediaGuy. Little nightmares. I'm still having difficulty with it.
I guess what I want to know is, did it load up like the screen? Like, did it start playing the game or load up at all?
No. Like usually you press click. You press click.
Yeah.
And then it takes you to the game. I press click.
Yeah, you start seeing the logos.
And it just brings me right back to the landing page for the game.
Weird.
So I broke it. Like I'll admit I broke it. It's all right. I broke it.
And that's what Suave said.
And that's I'll accept that I broke it.
See, Mr. Urban World says, I was accepted to test out Starlink last year, but I passed on it. But I want to see the rural areas get internet. Times are changing. Yeah, I did see that little, that video, the guy testing it out. I mean, the truth is, even if it's not the best, it still makes it's enough to make Stadia playable or some other cloud game. Things are. Right. I think Starlink's going to be awesome when it's done.
Oh yeah,
probably the best option.
The cool thing is, Monk, is like if we give all of these technologies a year or two, just think how much better Stadia is going to be in 2 years. So here's a perspective. I was with Stadia day one, and I went through all the ups and downs. The person who gets Stadia today, they'd be like, "Whoa, blown away!" Right, with everything it has, from all the features and Stadia specific features. I didn't have all that day one. So let's just imagine 2 years from now, right, when Stadia is going on like 5 years, right? So same thing with Starlink. Let's put Starlink in that perspective. Give Starlink another 2 years and just imagine. So we'll get there. Time doesn't stand still for anybody. So all this stuff is going to be better in time, and we'll see it.
Mr. Urban World says he only need 10 megabytes to stock my channel.
And just let's be clear. First of all, I dog walk Mr. Urban World every time you play MK. So that's one thing. And number two, I look it up. Nobody's playing Power Rangers. I was the first person in Stadia community like whooping everybody in Power Rangers. And Mr. Urban World was one of them. And so he said,
have to play the new community manager. The community manager, what's his name?
Dan.
Dan. He's a big fan.
Nice.
A Power Rangers?
Yeah. Shout out to Dan.
Yeah.
Dan from Stadia.
Dan from Stadia, yeah. Smart guy for like staying a little bit more in the shadows. I think that's like a wise decision in some respects. Like the distancing of your social media accounts from the running of the overall business. So shout out to Dan and his privacy.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So Maker says, to be fair, Cowboy, Stadia has been out 2 years already, and if anything, has reduced getting those big releases.
Yeah, that definitely, that's the thing. So to be fair, Maker, everybody, right? I think on Cloud Gaming Stream, y'all all said, even Ace, he's disappointed because no cloud services are getting big games. They're all backing down on big games. That includes GFN that you love so much, and that includes Luna. Well, Luna never had games, but yeah. So I mean, you know. But sorry about the hashtag. I know you're feeling the Luna. But you know, I think the thing is the technology is what we were talking about. So when you think of Starlink, you think of the technology of it, right? To bring, like Mr. Irwin said, to bring internet to rural areas. So when I'm saying cloud gaming, they're all going to keep getting better and better. Notice why I mentioned features. I didn't say games. I left out games. Games is the magic word everybody leave out is called deals. I always tell you that. These companies have to get the right deals with publishers and other companies to get these games. That we don't know whether, you know, whatever deals they make. I can't speak on deals because that's a handshake and a check, right? So I can't fathom. But as far as technology always is advanced. So I'll speak on technology from an educated guess, you know.
Hey man, as far as the Luna Games thing goes, you got to remember I'm at a Jeff Heat the Snowman level with my gaming skills. So that family channel,
it doesn't matter.
That family channel is irresistible, man. That family channel is absolute fire.
That's actually something I've been thinking a lot about. #MediaGuy is that, you know, so many of these people were saying we need games. These are gamers who've been gaming decades.
Correct.
You know, and if you think about triple games, like if you try to get someone who's never played a game Elden Ring, they're never going to play a game again.
Yeah.
If you try to give someone a game like Rainbow Six, they're never going to play a game, right? Like Zelda Breath of the Wild, they're not going to play because those games.
Rainbow Six. You said a mouthful right there with Rainbow Six. Oof.
But you got to think, like, a lot of us have been playing games since before NES. If like NES may have been the first, like we've seen this progression of gaming and have been around games for a while. And even like me, like I played a lot of games, but I still will get my ass handed to me a lot. Well, Destiny obviously.
Just coming back to gaming after so long, there's a lot of things that I'm just like, what is this? I don't even understand the concept of some of it.
Yeah. And so when I think about like when they start talking about the next billion users of games, like for one, where's that number coming from? It's coming from mobile gamers, right? Who are playing Angry Birds, playing Candy Crush, playing these games that are a little bit kind of on that level that we were playing way back when. So if we were to get a bunch of AAA games, well, the people who are going to play AAA games are the ones who already know about AAA games and probably are already playing those AAA games.
Correct.
So I think there has to be, like, when we talk about trying to introduce games to a new crowd, a new market, you just can't drop them in the deep end. Like, here's all these games for like a handful of gamers who are already playing those games, because those gamers most likely have bought a gaming PC known as an Xbox or PlayStation or a rig. They're not going to play it on Stadia. They're going to play it on what they spent thousands or at least $1,000 to get into. So I hear the gaming argument, but I really think the people who play AAA games is a small community compared to the overall gaming market.
And Purple, to be fair, there's like 10 or 15 AAA games a year. Like, it's not, people make it like AAA bangers come out all the time. Like, not really, you know? It's not these super like games that like push the needle and make you say, I gotta have an Xbox or a PlayStation. They don't come out that often. Look at Game Pass, right? Yeah, look at Game Pass. They get all of Xbox exclusives. And what did they get? Halo, Forza, and something else. That's like 3 games.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Maker has a comment, and so I want the chat to... So Maker says mobile gamers are always playing Call of Duty, mobile, Fortnite, etc. Yeah, puzzle games can be big sellers, but modern games are also on the rise for mobile.
Yeah.
So I want to...
That's true.
What is the daily active users for Call of Duty versus the daily active users for Angry Birds?
Well, I'll tell you this much.
Or Candy Crush?
Look, thank you. Candy Crush made they was making like so much money a day. I bet you they were making more money on Candy Crush than Call of Duty.
But all I want to know is what's the daily the daily active user of those two games. And I'm going to tell you it's going to be like 1/100th at best for
Right.
Call of Duty versus Candy Crush.
Right.
Or it's not even compared. And out of all those players who are playing Call of Duty, how many of them are also playing it on their console? That's what I'm saying.
Right.
Like, it's not necessarily that Call of Duty Mobile isn't gaining in popularity. It's how many new players are you bringing in?
Right.
But I know, Maker, you're out there.
There's a lot. I know. I play Call of Duty Mobile from time to time, and it's not bad.
But it's not necessarily playing. It's how do you bring people in. I think that's what cloud gaming is. How do you bring people into gaming? And I don't think if you go out with all these games that people are like, I'm just saying the market of people who want to play Call of Duty who are not playing Call of Duty now, I would imagine is pretty small comparatively.
I just want all of us to game and enjoy.
Well, just think Call of Duty. This is the first time. So they had just announced that next year they will not make another Call of Duty. They're skipping a year. So trust me, they're realizing like, okay, we got to step it up. We got to change something. Yes, it's popular, but if they keep just making a new one every year and nothing drastically change, then they're going to get caught up. So that's pretty powerful that this next year there will not be another Call of Duty coming out. They're skipping a year.
And shout out to Helix Cloud. They put out a video today that was talking about our Stadia. Does Stadia face unfair expectations? And you really need to watch that if you haven't seen it. It's a really good debate or conversation about that very topic. Are there unfair expectations heaped upon Stadia, and did Stadia do quite a bit to make those? Like, comparison to like Luna, again, like they don't promise too much. They don't put too much out there as far as like what to expect. And I wonder if and it's just an awesome conversation. Go ahead. Sorry.
I was going to say that kind of sums it up for what I've been feeling this last week, that Stadia does face unfair, like I keep saying, it's like people try to compare it to what Game Pass is and stuff, and it's like, dude, that platform's been around for a very long time. Stadia is 2 years old. Give it a second. But yeah, man, I just want to say thank you guys for joining me. Shout out to Suave for coming on the show today. #MediaGuy, thank you for coming on as a guest.
Oh, thanks for having me, man.
Yeah, man. And thank you, Purple, for being my buddy and being my co-host.
I'm just trying to keep chat going. I know I kind of stopped. Once the chat, we put the chat on automatic, I was like, okay, I need to go to work in this chat. So, that's what I like to do.
I appreciate everybody for stopping by. Shout out Maker Chaos with the big man. He's always got the big guns.
Oh yeah, no joke.
He's always gunning for Cowboy.
That's what we do, man.
It's good conversation though,
It's definitely good conversation and content.
Yeah. And Maker's my guy, man. We have magic when we're on screen together. That's my guy. Even if we disagree. Everybody's entitled to disagree.
Hey man, before I let you guys go, if anybody out there watching is an AEW fan and wants to do a cowboy type wrestling show where you actually talk about AEW, hit me up. I want to do like a weekly wrap up of like all the wrestling stuff, not just WWE.
Got you.
Mr. Cowboy and his
Shots fired. Shots
Anybody else?
fired.
Do y'all have
I don't
anything
know.
else to shout out? You got anything, Cowboy? You need to shout
Oh
out?
yeah, let me just say this real quick. Something really cool happened yesterday. So the shout outs to Mad Streets developers. They gave me, and I never even asked, but I've been talking to the guy trying to help him come up with different stuff for Mad Streets and just give him like, tips and tell him bugs I find, right? And one day I just checked my inbox and he sent me 4 codes. So I decided, let me make a thing out of it. So I've been giving away 1 code every week for 4 weeks. So yesterday made a month. Well, the guy who won the raffle yesterday, he never had a Stadia, but I was saying like anybody could get in because Stadia is free. So he was like, well, so he won. He was like, how am I going to play? And I said, what are you playing on? He said, I got an Xbox. I said, well, Stadia works on the Xbox browser. He's like, really? I said, yeah. So I walked him through it. He created a Stadia account. And then he, on his Xbox, he was playing. And I said, you already got an Xbox controller. That will work. So this guy yesterday became a Stadian through winning a game and never had Stadia, and he played in the tournament with us and everything. It was cool. Awesome. And then
I was able to
say
that was Reaper, right? Reaper did that.
Yeah, Reaper. Right? Yep, Reaper. Yeah, and then I was able to say, dude, Stadia has free games, so you really don't have to buy anything. And the fact that Stadia is free to play online, you just got a free game that you could play whenever you want because you already have internet at home. It was really cool.
Yeah, that's so crazy when you like. The future.
Yeah.
But anyway,
crazy.
Hey, like I said, thanks for coming to the live show and saying if you were in chat so much. If you have that like button, subscribe, whatever channel watching on. And if you're listening to the podcast, be sure to try and stop by on our live show. We do it Fridays at 7 p.m. Central. And yeah, that's it. Peace.